If you run a company or manage a team, hiring qualified people quickly can make or break your business. Imagine a position of need going unfilled for weeks or even months because you just can't seem to find the right candidate. When it comes to hiring, Indeed is all you need. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed sponsored jobs help you stand out and hire fast. With sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. This makes a huge difference. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, there's no monthly subscriptions, no long-term contracts. You only pay for results on your job post. Just in the last minute that I've been talking to you, 23 hires were made on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. Now that is fast. There's no need to wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. Listeners will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/BWN. Go to Indeed.com/BWN right now to support this podcast. Indeed.com/BWN. Terms and conditions apply.
Mochi Health is here to help you start your weight loss journey with caring, personalized support. Meet one-on-one with board-certified obesity doctors and registered dietitians who truly listen and understand your unique needs. Eligible patients can access affordable GLP-1 medications delivered right to their door each month. No insurance? No problem. Mochi Health accepts FSA and HSA, making care accessible and affordable. And with 24/7 customer service, you'll never feel alone on your path to better health. Get started with Mochi Health today. Take the free quiz at joinmochi.com and use code AUDIO40 at checkout for $40 off your first month of membership. That's joinmochi.com with promo code AUDIO40.
I don't know. Too bad we didn't get any of that. I feel like I had some interesting things to say.
Welcome, everyone, to the Sickos Community Podcast. This is our podcast for the evening of April 8th, 2025. Folks, Arthur had some interesting things to say, but it will never make it to air because I didn't push the button.
Yep, they were a secret. Those are secret interesting things, only for us.
Yes, they're not for you. They're for us.
As always, I am Jordan. With me tonight, I have Commish, Beth, Pitt Girl, special guest, Master Spreadsheeter Kevin, and Arthur on the ones and twos. Commish, how are you, sir?
Good. Been a hectic evening. Kiddo had something called his cardboard arcade, which was kind of interesting. So basically, like after school, it's like an after school where they try to build like a game with nothing but cardboard and like tape. And so he built one, and he had the most unintentionally difficult game there because he had 3 holes in the box. It kind of looked like, so you have 2 in the back and 1 in the center. The problem is that they used the top of the box, so where the seam was. So if you like were stuck in between those 3, it would just stop there. It wouldn't roll into another one.
Oh, gotcha.
Because the way it was designed. So like nobody, and then he had everything taped on the sides, so if like you went too far, your ball got stuck to the sides. But it was not intentional at all.
So he has a
so
future
difficult
in casino game design as well.
Yes,
I was going to
say,
this is a coin sucker. I know an arcade machine is supposed to eat like quarters.
That's right, man. He hosted the cardboard arcade game that you can't win for the stuffed animals or prizes. It's like he was hustling everybody in class. It was ridiculous.
Hey, girl, how are you?
It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
Beth?
The children have left. All of the children have left. There are no children.
Ooh.
Kevin, how are you?
I am good. I was going to Costco this afternoon and I got stuck behind a car with what I'm going to call our license plate, maybe. Custom
Okay.
license plate, frame, house divided, Florida State, Iowa.
Oh, yep. Hello. That person.
I
Welcome to the
did a
Sickos
triple
Committee.
take on this
I
thing.
mean, and look, I wish you'd got a picture of it because
There's a
that's
center to every Venn diagram.
that is our those are our back-to-back champions. You know, like Iowa, Florida State just dethroned Iowa. You know,
After the Iowa 2-peat, yes.
yeah.
I have an important question here.
Okay.
What kind of car was it?
It was a large black pickup truck. I'm going to say F-150, but I don't remember the make.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
But yes, if you live in Jacksonville and drive that particular truck, hello, listener.
They're here. They have to be
Definitely.
here. I think we should start with the number one story from last night. It happened last night. Gator chomp doo 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 doo. Gator chomp doo 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 doo. Gator chomp doo 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 doo. Gator chomp.
Cougars got chomp doo 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 doo.
Houston, buddy, that's rough.
Like, respectfully, Houston. What the cinnamon toast fuck was that last play of the game?
Got Ted Cruz, doot 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 doot. Got Ted Cruz, doot 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 doot. Got Ted Cruz, doot 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 doot.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
he was on hand. The Houston Chronicle posted it before game time, but not in time for bettors to know this. We don't give any gambling advice except that if you pick the money line against Ted Cruz, you'd be 17-2.
Excuse me, Rafael Cruz. We don't use preferred names here.
Rafael Tedward Cruz.
Yeah. Just fade the Texas Associated team if Senator Cruz is on site.
I feel like you can assume like he shows up for national championship games. Like he did it for Texas Tech, he did it for Baylor. At a certain point, he's going to be there.
I'm worried about Angelo State making the D2 championship next year in McKinney, and just cursing the Rams. Like they're just doomed. Hardin Simmons, the Cowboys, if they make the D3 title game, I mean, doom if he shows up. So let's hope he doesn't pay attention to D2 or D3 football.
So I only watched the last 43.8 seconds of this game.
Oh, I'm
That was
so
all you
sorry.
needed.
God.
And my assumption was that what Houston had to do at the end of the Duke game required such fundamental soundness that there was a deficit in the universe and they needed to fix it.
This is the balance in the universe.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's the makeup call of games.
It seemed that way because there's Florida. They had 3 huge comebacks. And the funny thing is when the Houston Chronicle posted the picture of Ted Cruz, Houston was up 14. And then
and then what happened?
And then their lead evaporated completely at that point.
Let that be a lesson to you.
So I also only saw like the final few, like I don't remember exactly how many seconds. It was like the last few possessions. Mainly because I was editing the last episode of this podcast and like I finished that up and I was like, I guess it's close. Like I'll turn it on for these last, minute or two or however long it was. Man, I was paying just enough attention to not just this game, but I guess the whole tournament to just be confused about things I was seeing. Right? Like I saw people tweeting. I had no idea what this SASQUATCH State thing was. Like, because I just saw it from the account. I was like, did we come up with that? Like, I've never heard of this. The other thing that had me super confused, like these past few days, because I'm gonna be honest, like I haven't been paying close enough attention to remember which gender is playing on which day. Like, oh, is this the men's day or the women's day? I saw so many people like posting about Mike White. And I'm like, man, I could have sworn he went to Georgia. And I'm watching and I'm seeing posts after Florida wins. And I'm like, yeah, he definitely went to Georgia. So I don't know why everyone was talking about Mike White because that he's not the Florida coach anymore.
The thing that threw me, besides the last possession, which made me very verklempt, was the fouls in the first half versus fouls in the second half. First half fouls, there were 3.
Yeah.
Within the first couple minutes of the second half, there were 9. It was like the refs started officiating a different game.
There was one point where Houston got 4 fouls in like 9 seconds called on them.
That's hard to do.
But I mean, like, that's when Houston was up. All of a sudden, here comes all the fouls on Houston. And it's just like...
The worst thing you can do as a ref is be inconsistent.
Well, it was. And you kind of knew it was going to happen.
I did not know it was going to happen. Maybe I'm naive.
You don't know. You don't watch enough college basketball. They're gonna even stuff out. They're gonna... It's almost like the refs act like Mario Kart nerfs. No, they're like Mario Kart nerfs.
Blue shell, red
like,
shell.
Yeah, like Florida. Okay. Florida's down. I was like, hey, Florida's got a red shell. Oh my God, Florida's got a blue shell.
They made Houston ink.
Yeah, essentially. Oh my God, Houston's really tiny on the court. This is not working out. They can't get any rebounds now.
After that first half where Houston was so fucking dominant, was playing their version of basketball, making Florida suffer every rebound. Houston's rebounding in the first half was wild. Houston's turnovers in the first half were wild.
What happened is, like, in the second half, like, their 2 key rebounders, Houston, like, picked up so many fouls in like that flurry, and like both teams were in the bonus, which, I mean, with like 5 minutes into the second half, so everybody's shooting 2 free throws pretty much the rest of the way. It was not, I don't know, but like, I mean, Houston had the lead, but then for some odd reason they just couldn't run their offense anymore because Florida, their defensive game plan completely changed, and this is essentially why they couldn't get a shot off at the end. Is that they had their big, like 7'3" guy, not the 7'9" guy that is just on the bench, like basically out on the 3-point line, along with like a guard at the same time, like doubling whoever had the ball and like switching. It's ridiculous, but it was a great performance by Florida, and take nothing away from them. They had 4 straight comebacks in the second half on 4 straight quality teams. So
that's wild, right?
Yeah.
That Florida was that much of a second half team every single time, and legitimately so. Like, you can complain about the reffing, whatever, that totally exists, but they were the better second half team every time.
There was, like, Houston had. If Houston was able to hang on to win, they would have had the mathematically hardest path ever to like a title, I think. Like, they had to play there was no upsets on their way there. Like, there was just straight chalk on the way there. And they would have had to do, it would have been like one of the hardest paths ever for the title. Like, there was no break where like a 12 seed made the Sweet 16 or something like that. No, they faced an 8, 4, 2, 1, and 1. And it's just like, that's a lot. And then expending all that energy to come back from Duke. Maybe their legs caught them at the end. I don't know. I'm bummed for Houston fans because I have a good amount of friends that are in Houston, but it was just that, like, they lost their mojo at some point in the second half, and they just could not get anything back. But credit to Florida.
Let's rewind to the first half, because at some point, neither team had hit a 3 in the first, like, 10 minutes of the game. Like, threes were just not happening. And they go to interview Coach Calvin Sampson from Houston, who was talking about nerves and how the kids are just kind of cagey. And he says, my favorite quote of the night, "This isn't the middle of January against SASQUATCH State." Now, listeners, readers, we decided very quickly, independently, Commish and I, started putting together graphics for SASQUATCH State because this just felt like the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we ended up with a bunch of different graphics. Commish put one on a shirt and on a sticker, Available
Yeah.
at our store at SASQUATCHSTATE.org.
Yeah.
I love how determined the Sasquatch looks in front of the trees.
And he's got his backpack and his hiking stick.
Yes.
It's very good.
Where is Sasquatch State? Montana?
It feels
no, somewhere with trees.
it's
feels
got to be
more
Washington.
Pacific
Yeah, I
Northwest.
was going to say like
Yeah.
Northwest
Or-
Oregon.
Yeah, because I don't think of that as a deep Appalachian thing, and that would be the other
Yeah.
potential place.
There's one NBA team that has a Sasquatch mascot.
It is the Sonics.
Now it's the Portland Trailblazers. The Trailblazers have one.
Although
Doug
talking
Fur
about deep
is his name.
Appalachia, Boone FC, minor league soccer team in Boone, North Carolina, had a Sasquatch in the parking lot for their first round of U.S. Open Cup game. So
Perfect.
Aren't there also a lot of some soccer teams that use Sasquatch on their logo?
Boone FC does. That was,
Okay,
that
do
was
for-
why the guy was dressed as a Sasquatch.
Okay,
yes.
gotcha.
Somebody said there was like an arena football league with like a Sasquatch name.
That probably that would make
I
Tagged us
sense.
in that.
Arena League shit is wild.
Yeah.
What other mythical beast universities can we come up with?
So, do you want the mythical beast to be the name of the university, or do you want it to be the mascot of the university? Because I may have done this wrong.
Either or.
Okay.
Whatever you did.
I would like to propose the NYU Hydra, where
Well, I like
all NYUs now have to be the Hydra. You're just many heads of the same thing.
SUNY Hydra.
Sure. Fantastic.
Is this rivals with the Cal State Scylla?
Yes. And every time you beat one, another one springs up in its place.
I liked Chupacabra College. I feel like that is a good one. Kevin, what'd you get?
I have the New River A&M Mothmen currently.
I love it.
I would love for a team to pick up a Sphinx as a logo. I haven't come up with a good team for that. I've been working on it all day and just hasn't come to me, but I feel like
Memphis.
that would be...
Yeah, I was going to say
Oh,
Memphis.
yeah, there we go.
Memphis Sphinx. Yeah, that would be good. Hey, girl, where did you go to school?
I am currently the president of the Jackalope Tech Alumni Association.
Hop on.
This could be a whole list of things. We could make this into a whole series.
I mean, yeah, it depends on what we want to consider for like mythical creatures. Like, are we considering kaiju?
Sure.
And how does like copyright work with that? Because like obviously, you know, Toho owns Godzilla, for example.
No, it's a generic large lizard monster.
Large irradiated lizard.
Mm-hmm.
Tech.
Non-infringing large irradiated lizard tech. You can't
The
sue
Rutgers
us.
Great Old Ones as the originators of the sport.
I mean, what is the Arkham University mascot? Is it the squids? I want to say yes. Sorry, the Miskatonic squids. Yes, that is technically. I believe that is. If it's not canon, then it's absolutely.
I'm also here for Directional Centaur.
Directional Centaur. I like that.
Northwest Centaur.
Yeah.
No. It's Directional Centaur University. It's
just-
up to you
just
which
straight up.
direction.
And up to the Centaur, really.
Riding around on Chiron's back was the original Directional Centaur University.
I believe I like maybe the Minnesota. No, that doesn't work. What do you have, Beth?
I also had the Stone Harbor Basilisks,
Ooh,
which I
I like that a
enjoyed.
lot.
Trying to think. I'm trying to remember how to pronounce this one. I liked the idea of the Nebraska Rusalka.
What's the
A
Rusalka?
Rusalka is it's a lake haunting Russian bad thing.
Oh,
Russia,
okay.
if you're not familiar with the Russian mythical pantheon, like there's some real bangers in there. The Rusalka is just like your standard. Hi, I'm a pretty lady. I'm going to drag you into this water and drown your ass
Ah.
kind of critter. But having like a nautical beastie in Nebraska made me very happy.
That's good.
It
Explains
gives
all
the
the
Navy something
admirals.
to fight.
Yeah, is that why they have to have admirals to keep the Rusalka at bay?
I mean, maybe many are saying this.
I'm also pleased to introduce Pennsylvania's least well-known PASHE school, the Squonk State Normal School.
Thank you.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
This is I feel like we
Yeah.
can make a whole set of gear on these things.
Well, I mean, I the one that I had just in my head is I automatically went to the swamp monster.
Mhm.
I wanted to call it Rougarou U,
Ooh, I like that.
based out of the Honey Island Swamp, joining the Southland University. You can only get to the campus by boat.
I propose we
Mosquitoes
swap
everywhere.
one team in CUSA out with Skin Changer University every year and do not predetermine which one it is.
Oh,
Alright.
that's creepy as hell.
Yeah, well, you won't know until you know.
How about the Elon Phoenix? Oh wait.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Disaster.
Womp womp womp.
What a bad idea.
I like the idea of North Wendigo as well. Just made
Did
me
they
very happy.
also play in a hastily erected temporary stadium on a lake?
Yes, but it's unkillable.
Perfect.
The one that I got stuck on, I just basically started laughing about. It was the hippocampus, but it's already on campus. It's also which is just basically it's a
Hippo feels like an imaginary creature anyways. Like
it does.
Like that can't
does.
possibly exist, right? The most murderous animal in the world is this like large pudgy thing. If I haven't seen one with my own eyes, I would not believe they existed.
I mean, just I love that it's just like it's a seahorse, but like not really.
Mhm.
But like even more seahorsey than a seahorse. I just it didn't make any sense.
You know what large animal, like kind of mythical creature, is in the public domain? Is the Hound of the Baskervilles.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Hound University, Baskerville Basics.
do they have like is there like a South Dakota A&M or something?
There's a School of Mines.
Okay, but I mean, there's not an A&M, right?
No, there's not A&M.
Okay, so I mean, maybe we could have a South Dakota A&M and just the moon rabbit
Okay.
or the
Yeah.
jade rabbit. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean, just have the opposite, like rabbit, because you got one, you want the other.
I like the idea of having a bad merger school too. So I want to put forth Banshee and Puka University.
Oh, that's a very bad merger.
There was
Commish.
another one.
Commish.
Sorry.
We have Army and Navy and Air Force all
Yes.
have universities and football teams.
Mhm.
hmm
Perhaps Space Force could be the Moon Rabbits.
Oh,
Oh,
there was another thing. Like I was looking on the Wikipedia. It was just basically says like all of these things, and then I stopped. You know, I was just like looking at the list because, of course, you're on Wikipedia and you're looking. And then there was one. It was just like sewer alligator. And I was
Is
like,
that a mythical creature? That's
I
a
don't-
pizza rat. It's
I-
real.
That's also an NYU school.
so it's like
Also a Ninja Turtle character.
I feel like this. We could just call this like Rutgers, New York, or Rutgers of Staten Island, the sewer alligators. You know, I
I
think that
like
could
Staten Island sewer alligators a lot.
Does having that dog in you count as a mythical creature?
If you're a werewolf, yes.
work. What type of dog? Yeah,
yeah. How many days out of the month do you have that dog in you?
I don't know.
It's only during
How
a
many
full
days
moon
of the month
that's
is that
very-
dog out of you?
Ooh,
Yeah, you know.
Okay. Script for a werewolf movie called "He Got That Dog in Him."
Like the
But it's,
one.
but it's like
this
a
is the
fun
weirdest
campus
How Stella Got Her Groove Back sequel I've ever heard of.
comedy. Mhm.
There's like so many water horses. It's incredible here.
I mean, so is it that, or is it like alternate universe turning red?
Ooh, yeah, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is just a Teen
I
Wolf
was thinking
remake.
werewolf that turns into Ugga. Like instead of getting superpowers, you just lay on an ice pack.
That would be the worst werewolf bite ever. Like, are you this big, powerful creature? No, I have trouble breathing. I
But
wheeze.
you have hundreds of thousands of adoring fans, and you get to hang out on an ice pack.
Plus, it's a lot easier to compete in a Winston Churchill lookalike contest.
It's true.
We need more dogs. I love dogs that look like people, and that one is one of my favorites. When dogs look like people, that makes me so utterly happy. It is one of my small joys in life. Florida, you won this thing. Congratulations. I feel like I didn't get a lot of SEC juice off of this. Even though
a lot of their team wasn't Florida raised. It was Portal. It was Iona. It was FAU. It was, Belmont. It was didn't really have much homegrown like Florida like recruiting here. So it felt like Florida won it, but it was just like it's like they assembled parts from from the smaller schools to build this mecha gator.
Why does that make you feel differently about it?
I don't know. I just don't like it. I didn't feel like this was like a Florida team, and they kind of came out of nowhere for me this year. Like it wasn't
really they really caught fire the last like month and a half.
I mean, like Florida, their team. I don't want to get into the issues with their head coach, but like the team wasn't necessarily like something that was known, I guess, like last year.
Yeah, I mean, so like the portal has had, not that the impact that it has had on college football has been small in any way, because it certainly has not, but just because the rosters in basketball are so much smaller, it is like, you think turnover in football is big from the portal. Like you can literally replace an entire basketball team in the portal in a way that you kind of can't in football. And I think there's something to that. I will say something briefly about Florida's coach, and that is, hey, my guy, don't be weird. It's not that hard to not be weird. Just don't do it. That's all.
But it's hard not to be weird. Don't you get it?
I mean, I really, really don't. But like, there are reasons why I wake up every day and ask why men are. So maybe I just don't understand that it is in fact difficult to not be weird.
Yeah, I mean, like you look at their team and you just see like previous school, like Walter Clayton, their star, went to Iona. They had a center from Marshall. They have a forward from Chattanooga, a guard from Belmont, another guard from Real Madrid, a center from Washington State. I mean, you had another guard from Florida Atlantic. There was really not much, like, I guess, Florida on the Florida team. So, and then like their rise was kind of just like, they were 24-12 last year in the middle of the SEC, not ranked. They made the NCAA tournament last year and lost in the first round. They were 16-17 the year before, and they made the NIT in the first round. That was it. So this was kind of just, it felt like it was, I would say, like a bit unexpected, but it's weird. There were some teams that were made up entirely of like portal, which that's what the portal is. And if you can build the chemistry like Florida did, good for them. They won the title. But like, like Michigan State was like basically all Michigan State in like one transfer.
I think Purdue is the same way.
Purdue was like, everybody was Purdue. And so there's different levels to the portal here. And it, like at the top of the basketball, it just didn't feel like, it's like, we didn't know this team. Like they were brand new. Like all these people that came on the team, it was just like, I'm not going to say it feels
listeners,
hollow, but like,
I know listeners that there are lots of people that follow basketball teams all season long and do get to know them, but that's just not us. That's not our thing. So for us, when we drop into the tournament, that's sort of where we get to know the teams.
Yeah, I mean, I started watching college basketball probably like January, when all the, like, I really like, I'll catch a little bit in December, but once bowl season's done, I start to pay attention more to the college basketball, which I'm not I'm not the one that's always exclusively tweeting on that. We have folks for Sicko CVB for that, but I don't know. It just didn't feel like. It just felt a little off. Like I don't want to take away from anything when the championship was great. They played awesome. They kind of beat Houston the way that Houston beat people.
Yes.
Which
In the rock fight.
In the rock fight aspect of it, which was kind of crazy, but they were able to pull it off and get a victory. It's cool though. Like I got to meet with Melanie, who is a Florida alum, and she basically she's back in Orlando. She's lost her voice from yelling.
I can imagine.
Like I mean, she got to take a picture with Billy Napier, and like some other like Florida stuff, and it was kind of good. Like you meet Commish, you win a title. I mean,
Equally,
I'm the opposite of Ted Cruz. It seems to be right.
So what I'm hearing is Commish for Senate.
I'm old enough for sure.
If nominated, I will not run. If elected, I will not serve.
I mean, I do have distinguished like gray hair here, so
Yeah.
I don't want to give speeches.
And your eyesight that you're always lording over us.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry, 2015.
2013, but okay.
What? Can't
2013.
Can't see all the glasses people on this podcast, which is
Yes.
2/3 of this podcast currently are squinting at the screen.
Thank you, Kevin, saving me.
Kevin, are you wearing contacts? Or are you also unbespectacled?
I do not wear glasses.
That was a non-answer. Do you wear contacts?
I do not wear contacts. No, I do. I
Okay.
do not have any kind of correction. Sorry. Should
The
have been clear.
Lord of the spreadsheets does this all natural. There's no glasses helping him sort these spreadsheets.
Joke's on you guys. These have been like a fashion statement the whole time.
It
I'm good. I just think it like ties my face together.
really does. It really does, Arthur.
I
It
mean,
looks
without
great.
my glasses, I look like a baby panda. So they fill out my face a lot with the red cheeks.
I can't even pretend that I don't need these glasses because my vision is so bad that it literally looks like a chunk of my head is missing next to where my glasses are because the correction is so big.
Oh, you have gaps in your peripheral vision?
I don't
Why?
have peripheral vision, like at all.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's real
No, I
fun. I get hit in the side of the head by a lot of things.
Yeah, I say I can do a running tackle from the side. You'll never see me coming.
Correct.
That's how I'm hugging you next time.
Yeah. My prescription is actually not very strong, but I feel like my face looks weird without my glasses, so here we are.
My prescription is extremely strong, and my face looks weird without my glasses. So it all worked out for the best.
Yeah, I'm at like my issue is like I'll take my glasses off around the house all the time, and then I'll constantly be like, "Oh, where are my glasses?"
I solved this problem by buying glasses from Zenni Optical. Not a sponsor, but they should be because I will gladly shill for them. And I have 2 pairs of glasses. So then if I don't know where the one pair of glasses is, there's another one somewhere.
There's a 104% tariff now on Zenni glasses, I'm guessing.
Oh, fuck.
Make
No!
bifocals cheap.
Yeah, I have 2 pairs as well, both from Zenni. Actually, I think I have more than 2 pairs at this point. We do need to talk about some college football news.
Oh, hey.
And the first bit of news we have is that Sam Houston is not going to be playing at their home stadium, Bowers Stadium in Huntsville. They will be playing at Shell Energy Stadium. Listeners, if you know this stadium, you might know it because that's where the Houston Dynamo play.
Yes.
Also,
it's a rectangular lad.
it's
It
a
is.
super boxy boy. Also, the D3 national title was here last year.
Mhm.
Yes.
That was good friends campus tours, CFB campus tours. I believe that was his 100th game.
Yes. D3 title game.
It looks
Now-
like it says Houston in the stands, so that's nice.
Now, Commish, do you know how far this is away from Huntsville?
It's about an hour, right?
No. Well,
No?
it's 72 miles on 45. Going
Okay.
from the outer perimeter of Houston into the heart of the city.
Okay. So, I mean, Google Maps says, an hour and 6 minutes, but you didn't factor any of the Houston traffic in this because it's like 9:30. So, yeah, this is this could be like an hour 30 to 2 hours, like one way for sure.
Now, I want you to picture doing rush hour traffic on a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night
Oh no.
into the city from Huntsville.
Unhappy Tuesday.
Oh my
Well,
god.
Mhm.
I mean, at least you're going the other way, right? Like that
There
has
is no
come up
oth-
a little,
there is
right?
no other
There is
way.
no other way in Houston. No matter which
It's
way
all
you're
that
going,
way.
it's all
Yeah,
that
it's
way.
all that way. That's going to be, as Roger Sherman said, sparsely attended.
Oh my god.
We're going to have to zoom in. And this sucks because Sam Houston had such a great season last year. Like, they're finally making those big steps in FBS, and this guts them. And this has been up in the air a bit.
But theoretical counterpoint. What if this is the secret magic sauce they needed? What if this is Michael's secret stuff? And it's so good that they
Mm.
have to completely move the university to Houston.
We're going to take Sam Houston State. We're going to push it over there.
Mhm.
This is how a lot of people in our comment mentions learned that Sam Houston is not in Houston.
Yep.
Wow.
It
Okay.
is in
Yeah.
Huntsville, Texas, which is in the Houston area, but very much
Okay.
not part of Houston.
So they have two. They have. They have 3 Tuesday night games. One Tuesday night game is at New Mexico State, so not home. They have one on Tuesday, October 9th against Jacksonville State. That will be, and then they have the next week. It looks like it's a Monday night game on October 15th. That's weird. I don't know if that's accurate or not, or if Google's incorrect. But yeah, on the 15th that's a Wednesday. So it's a Thursday, Wednesday.
Oh, those are going to be like, oh, I feel so bad because
So they have a Thursday and a Wednesday, and then they're back on the 28th, which would be, I believe, the weekend. So they only have like 3, I think. No, 28th is a Tuesday, but that's at La Tech. So they only have two Thursday and Wednesday games. So
That's half of their home slate, or a third of their home slate.
yeah, I didn't know that they were renovating their stadium, honestly.
Yeah,
Like-
it's really not FBS appropriate. So they put a lot of money into it to upgrade everything.
So I was just looking for some comparisons, right? Like some stadium situations we could compare this to. The first one I looked up was Portland State's situation, where their stadium is 15 miles. I'm looking at this up on Google, so this is like driving distance. This is not like as the crow flies. But Portland State plays 15 miles from campus. So that's nowhere near close to this. I looked up Kansas because if you remember last year, they played some games at the Kansas City, whatever their soccer stadium is, and they played some at the NFL stadium.
Yeah.
The NFL stadium is 49 miles away. So this is farther than that. So I don't have any sort of precedent or anything
This
like that.
is
to
as
bring
bad
this
as
up.
San Diego. This is as bad as San Diego State
Oh,
playing
to LA.
to Orange County or wherever that is.
Okay.
Before San Diego State was waiting for Snapdragon
So they
Stadium.
announced this renovation. They announced this renovation in December of 2024, but it must have got buried. Their completion is targeted ahead of the 2026 football season. So, yeah, it looks like.
Now, there is another issue here.
Oh,
You know where Texas Southern plays football?
I'm going to assume it's at this exact stadium since you're bringing it up.
Arthur, you have alley-ooped me. You have yes-anded me perfectly. Yes.
Ding, ding,
And
ding.
it's the stadium.
That shouldn't be a problem at all.
This is fine.
well, I mean the Tuesday games. And
Yeah, does Texas Southern play on Tuesdays?
No,
No,
there-
they only play on Saturdays.
there's no SWACtion that we're aware of
Yet.
yet.
So what if they played each other?
Do they?
It would make things a lot easier.
Well, who's the home team?
No, this is
The
like a
coin flip.
Jets Giants situation.
Coin flip.
Let me
I just
see.
I just need you all to know that I have Wednesday night swaction stuck in my head.
Nice.
Love those intrusive thoughts.
Yeah. Well, if I let it out, then it stops intruding. it gets to be somebody else's intrusive thought now.
Ooh, Texas Southern gets to go to Cal on September 6th.
Ooh.
That's fun.
I hope they're bringing the band. That would be an absolute blast.
Oh my God. I remember Delaware was in Conference USA, but Delaware gets to go to Houston in the stadium to play Sam
Ooh.
Houston in
Oh,
November.
Jesus. Oh, Jesus. That's right. Delaware's having to make the trip now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Like,
Let's do something really exciting for this podcast. Commish, can you read off the dates that they're going to be in Houston?
okay. That is
Houston.
Saturday, August 30th against UNLV.
Okay, well, Saturday, August 30th, they're playing Prairie View A&M in the 40th Labor Day Classic.
Are they playing at Prairie View?
No, they're playing in Houston. So immediate big problem.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay, keep going.
Interesting. All right. Thursday, October 9th against Jacksonville State. They have 3 straight games on the road.
Okay, nope, none of those.
Good, okay.
Tell me the home games only.
Wednesday, October 15th.
Okay, that's good.
Saturday, November 15th.
That's fine.
All right. And then Saturday, November 29th.
That's fine too.
So it's just the home opener that is a problem for both teams.
Well, and that weekend, the TV networks love to spread it out. So I would not be surprised if one of those games gets like a Thursday night or a Friday night or something.
It feels
Or
like
Sunday.
a Conference USA Thursday. No, the Sunday's always the single game, isn't it?
Usually,
But there's nothing stopping them from putting a game there, especially if it's, some schools that aren't necessarily going to be getting a lot of primetime shine. That is the weekend before the NFL starts. So there really wouldn't be anything stopping them from having like a Sunday afternoon game leading into that. And maybe they could, that would be a better way for them to get some eyeballs rather than playing on like Tuesday and Wednesday nights is playing on that Sunday. I think.
Let me give you a different way for them to get eyeballs. So the dimensions of this field are 118 yards by 75 yards. Of an American football field is 53 yards wide. I think that what you could do is have your football field and like basically put 2 overlapping football fields, and then you have sort of a Venn diagram area of the football field.
Oh.
It's kind of
Okay.
like unlocking a multi-ball.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We've
see the
already
vision.
seen that you can get away with having one sideline that's just shared by both teams.
That is true.
So you definitely could do this. I cannot
Oh.
think, because in either case, you could have 2 football fields that are the correct dimensions. They just happen to be overlapping.
And you've got the team, both of the sidelines have 2 teams on them.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
I
I'm
thought
just
you were going to say one
Because-
field, but a real fat boy.
No,
But-
I'm
but,
saying
like-
put 2 on there and then just have an overlap of about 25
Vicious
yards.
face.
we're just talking about Texas Southern and Sam Houston, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You forget the MLS team that plays there too.
This is a grass field, by the way.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh,
because
Christ.
we're talking about all these games, right? So this is August 23rd. The Dynamo play there. August 24th, the Dynamo, the Dash, the NWSL team.
Yeah, I was going to say there are 2 soccer
too.
teams that play
Yes.
here.
September
Oh,
19th, the
Is
Dash
this
play
what
there.
they call, was it a fixture congestion?
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
what they call this?
Yeah, September
Yeah,
20th,
This shit's
Dynamo.
about to look like Heinz Field in November.
Hooray!
October 3rd, Dash. October 4th, Dynamo. October 18th, Dash. So this is just gonna
On
be-
a natural grass field.
This is not going to go well.
Beth, I have a question about your proposed overlapping football field
Yes.
proposal. If you are a team and you score a touchdown in the overlappy part, how many points is that?
So
And for
I
whom?
go back and forth between whether I wanted to have it be made so that it's more points, or whether I would then want a player from the other game to either attempt the 2-point conversion or the extra point.
Maybe they split the points.
Yeah, that could work.
This is
Everybody
where we
gets 3.5
institute like a
points.
rugby try rule, where if you don't touch the ball down in that period, the other game steals half your points.
In any event,
Ooh.
you cannot tell me that this would not be one of the most watched football games.
Can we also
Of the season.
multi-ball the refs here, where any
yeah.
official can call anything from either
Yes,
game?
absolutely. But the ref has to get it correct or it doesn't count.
I'm going to say something shameful here, Beth.
Yes.
I was playing pinball on Saturday. I got the multi-ball and I panicked. There were too many lights going on. I lost focus. The balls just dropped down. I was back to 1 in like 3 seconds. Shameful pinball playing. You guys like get up on your pinball machines? Like,
What do you mean?
Like pressing your pelvis against the pinball machine.
What do you mean?
No,
my
I respect the
machine?
pinball machine's dignity, Jordan.
I don't fuck pinball
Take it on
machines.
a date first.
I get real up there. I push my pelvis against the machine to like jostle it a little bit.
So we had a pinball machine growing up in the house.
Mhm.
It was the pinball machine that is famous because it has both Ronald and Nancy Reagan in it, and their dog. I don't know if
Sure.
that's why we have that one, but we did have that one. The notion of getting my pelvis anywhere near that thing is horrifying.
No, the person I was with noted it was odd that I looked like I was fucking the machine, basically.
I mean, again,
The name of this
take the
machine is the
pinball machine on a
Cyclone.
date first.
I mean,
Buy it dinner first.
I pushed the start button. That's enough.
you put
At least
put
you
money
found
in
the start button.
you
Uh-huh.
put money in the coin slot that entitles you to do that. Okay, sure.
Oh no.
Mm,
I'm gonna
no.
get canceled. Oh no, I'm getting canceled. Oh no.
Sorry.
I have posted a picture of this pinball machine, both enlarged and regular, in the chat.
I just want to say
We had
this.
this for a number of years until my cat chewed through the power cable and it died.
Wait, what died?
No
The
comment.
pinball machine, I hope.
It was the pinball machine. It died.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan, you can't get all up on the machine. You're gonna make it tilt.
So that happens. And you know what? It's okay. It's meant to do that. I'm concerned, like I said, about Sam Houston missing out on that home field advantage. This feels like it's almost like a mulligan year, which is not something you want to hear when you're a college football player. That you're going to have the 1 year outside of that. I feel bad for the Kansas players too, but at least they're playing in an NFL stadium most of the time, which might be a little better. I don't know. I'm not a player on this.
I don't know. I hope the turf is able to hold up. That's the one concern I have.
The only
Because-
comparison I have, Commish, is that FC Dallas shares their stadium with a bunch of high schools,
Yeah,
and they run Fridays, Saturdays a lot.
yeah. I mean, maybe there's a way to make it better or something. I just don't know. I hope, but I mean that's 2 football teams and 2 football teams at the same time. And then I don't know, man. That's a lot to ask out of that turf, but you know, I mean, it's Houston.
That's a dad thing. I'm not worried about the players. I'm not worried about the coaches. That poor grass. You're asking so much of it.
But I mean, it's just like if there's slippage and everything like that on the turf, that's not good for the players, of course, of any of those. I mean, that's kind of what happened to Snapdragon Stadium too, right?
Yes.
Sandy Snapdragon Stadium. They had an NWSL team there and San Diego State playing there, and I guess like California being in the drought, just couldn't necessarily keep it up. So it's.
I keep thinking back on like Heinz Field of 15, 20 years ago now, when they were patching the field by just putting down more layers of turf onto the existing grass because it was so chewed up from the WPIAL playoffs.
Mhm.
And I mean, you had people, it looked like they were playing in a slip and slide.
Yes.
Watching anyone try to do it was hilarious cartoon physics. But yeah, people also get hurt. So on the one hand, I'm like, that's very funny. And on the other hand, I'm like, that's not at all funny. And I don't want to see people like tear every ACL.
Remember the time when I want to say it was a punt and the ball just stuck?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's a lot to ask in that stadium, but
It's good turf. It'll be fine. I believe in
okay.
it.
You believe in the turf.
I believe in it.
Sorry.
The other college football news we have is that Chicago State has made a hire.
Ooh.
They hired their first coach in program history, Bobby Rome II. You might know Bobby Rome II from his coaching stops at Virginia Lynchburg, Central
Okay.
State, NAIA Florida Memorial, and then Chicago State. He also played for, in order, North Carolina, the Green Bay Packers, the Las Vegas Locomotives, the Pittsburgh
Yeah.
Steelers, the Las Vegas Locomotives again,
Yeah.
the Moscow Patriots, and Moscow State. Hell yeah, Moscow State.
He was a fullback / quarterback. This is perfect.
Yeah, no, he's ready to go here. Chicago State's in such a weird situation. They're playing in the NEC, listeners, which I know doesn't feel correct, but
It
is
just
probably,
means something.
it's probably the best bet for them.
Somebody's like, they're gonna die in the Missouri Valley Conference, and I was like, no, they're playing in the NAC. Oh, they may do well. Like they replied right back.
Hey,
Bad
they
St. Francis noises.
Yeah.
Oh.
they understand their power level. They got
Yeah.
that going for them.
So, Beth, are you now going to be a big, like, Teal St. Francis is a rivalry?
Yes. Listen, Teal has a chance to have a winning record against a conference opponent.
Oh, it's true.
It's not going to happen. They're because St. Francis has very good players and it's just going to blow the absolute doors off them. But that's a possibility for this very, very bad football team.
Maybe one in a row.
And right now it's none in a row.
None
but
in a row.
But it's also
None in a row.
it's also no losses in a row, which is a big
Ooh.
deal.
Yeah, you're at 500 currently.
A
Mhm.
fresh start for the.
Is that how dividing by 0 works?
I think honestly you should be able to say that a record of 0-0 is 500.
I don't think that's how math works.
I
But
think
I
you're
don't
wrong.
have a fancy Ivy League degree, so what do I know?
I think you're wrong. I think math works the way I say it works. I don't play Warhammer 40K. I don't fuck with that. But the orcs in the game have something called, is it the power of belief? Something like that, where just because they make shitty things, but because they believe they work, they work.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's very similar to my approach to math. It shouldn't work, but I believe it works, so therefore it does work. Do you know what else works?
What?
Us, for money. Give us money on our Patreon at patreon.com/sickoscommittee. Get access to our Discord, get access to our private podcast. Private podcast sounds so sexual. I didn't mean to.
Subscribe to our
Corvallis Love.
OnlyFans.
Corvallis Love with a private podcast.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Coming to you late at night. Corvallis Love.
Could I do a podcast and just the Corvallis Love the whole time?
Okay.
What would I talk
Okay.
about?
Nope, I got it. This is a relationship advice show called Love It or Leave It.
Okay. If the patrons, you want Corvallis Love with
I love
love
the
advice.
idea of a late night call-in show that Commish is going to do.
A late night call-in show behind the Patreon. Yeah, do it. I'll set up a Google form. Love advice with Corvallis Love. Oh yeah. I got my bottle of Courvoisier.
I'm about to say this is
you
just going to turn into that.
Would
It's
you
just
like
that.
a fifth? You want a fifth sandwich?
I was going to read one of our new reviews, but we don't have any new reviews. Write us a review. And then
Yeah,
read it.
give 5 stars. Write us a review.
People have been
You
giving
can
us
yell
5
at me
stars.
for being wrong about stuff.
Yes.
I'm wrong about so many things.
Yeah, pick a thing. There's so many things we've been wrong about.
Our private pods include. It sounds weird. Our
Yeah,
drought
don't
series
say
with
that
Roger Sherman.
again.
Howard Stern's
pod.
private pods.
My favorite movies.
Nope.
No.
Unsee.
He reproduces by budding.
Oh yeah.
We have our merch store at sickoscommittee.org. Get your Sasquatch State gear.
Yes.
Go
I don't know why.
Squatches.
Go squatches. Go be squatching.
Scotch it.
I like that as a verb. I'm squatching here.
Hey, I'm
Squatching
squatching
here.
here.
Do you know? Have you heard of the Dr. Squatch soaps?
Yes,
Yes.
I
Yes.
get those Instagram ads along with an ad for something called colon broom.
Oh,
earlier
you get
today.
that one too? I'm getting that one too.
Jesus Christ.
That
I
was
wanna see-
horrifying when you posted
like,
that.
what?
I
Oh my God.
want like a cage match between Dr. Squatch and Dr. Bronner's soap.
No.
I think
I
Dr.
mean,
Squatch
this
takes
is
them.
another piece of evidence for me for like why can't men be normal. See, also obnoxiously Pit boyfriend and I took a trip to wander around conjoined Marshalls and Home Goods on Sunday because it was raining and we were bored and I had a gift card. And like Duke Cannon makes soap that generally speaking smells very nice, but at the same time, like the bar soap is really big so that you have this like big manly bar of soap. It's like one of them had a football player on it. And also their body wash, they tell you on the jar that it's on the bottle that it's like extra viscous. Extra viscosity body wash
Oh,
for
that's-
men.
That's right. Duke Cannon. Big ass brick of soap.
I feel like you could get in an awkward situation if you get a body wash that's not viscous enough.
Oh, it's just an oobleck.
Yeah. Like you could run into some problems.
Time to grout myself in the shower.
Hey, I fucked up once and grabbed the wrong soap
Wha-
bottle, and it was one of
I'm
those
so scared.
exfoliating, one of those exfoliating soaps. That
Oh,
have,
you like
in it.
Gojo'd your entire body.
Yeah, it was fucking awful.
On the other hand, also if something's if a body wash is too viscous, that would also be a problem. that could be hazardous.
It's sort of like I just coated myself in toothpaste. Ugh.
The
Just imagining
The
like
idea-
sticking my hand to myself with the body wash and just like got like the string.
Like the cheese lines.
Yes.
it's got good pull.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mozzarella stick body wash. Business ideas brought to you by the Sickos Committee.
Wait, so is the
I'm just in here washing with my curds and whey.
it's my oatmeal bath. What do you mean? An actual oatmeal bath? Trying to shave your legs with oatmeal.
This is my
Nope.
large curd soap.
Shower poutine.
Oh god.
The tapioca really makes it.
Oh, it's got boba.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that instead of those little grit things, there's just boba in there and they pop against your skin. Wait, no, that feels I don't want that. That's a texture issue for me.
Every part of this should be a texture issue for most people, I would think.
Mhm. I was thinking like actual boba, not like the like popping
Yeah.
bubbles that Sheets claims are boba. No, you
They're
want the,
not,
like,
and I
chewy
keep
little
getting mad at them.
Oh yeah.
things. I'm also mad at them. That's not boba.
hmm
Man, I had the new Sheets like Pirates tie-in item today. It's a box. I think it's. I'm gonna butcher this name because they have clearly branded it with like a bunch of Z's in there and everything. But it's like the bases loaded tots box,
Okay.
and it's a box with tater tots, chicken nuggets, bacon, shredded cheese, pickles, and 2 different kinds of barbecue sauce.
The Pirates are more likely to load the bases with those items than with baseball players.
That is accurate.
I had it for breakfast. I'm still feeling the effects.
This is the KFC Sadness Bowl, but sadder.
It's like a legit box too. Like it's I don't know. It's not like a foot long box, but it's probably like 5 inches by 5 inches or so. Like it's a
Is this like a discrete box that like they only use for this purpose? Is it one of
it
those?
is they have a specially like Pirates branded box.
Is it with all the bricks of all the Pirates
Oh.
fans that they
Oh.
That's
Oh,
where the
shit.
bricks went. That's
Okay.
where the bricks went.
Yeah.
Let's actually talk
We'll
about
just
that.
hide it under the
We're still
Roberto
the ad
Clemente
read.
sign.
Ad
You're
read.
gonna watch
I'm
Commish
thinking-
and I get real mad real fast.
This is do you ever think that people miss the great content in our ad reads because they just automatically skip, but we do full like fucking joke things?
I feel like most of our listeners know that we get distracted enough that they should probably listen to the ad read.
Half the fun is while I'm trying to figure out, are we still in the ad read?
I completely forgot we were still in the ad
Yes,
read.
that
We're still in the
happens.
ad read, apparently.
Yeah, I hadn't even gotten to our YouTube channel with our new YouTube video.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bridget.
Like an actual video. It's not just the podcast.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Now I'm going to start live streaming my Minecraft on YouTube.
No, that's what the Twitch is for.
That's what the Twitch is for.
Okay, then I'll go live on YouTube and show feet. I don't know.
No, that's for only.
That's what the OnlyFans is for. Keep your platform straight.
That's what the money's for?
Maybe.
No, that's what the money's from.
Oh, god damn it. I'm so bad at business. We have our Instagram as well. We have our Twitch. Shout out to Message Board Geniuses podcast. They go to places we refuse to go. And hey, if you want some Florida gear, why not support our friends at Homefield Apparel? Use
And they got
offer
Yukon
code.
gear too.
Oh, yes, for the women. Use offer code yes, ha ha ha, yes, 3 ha's for 15% off your first order. Pitt Girl, you made a face.
Yeah, because Google was like, you've been signed out. Sign in from another tab, but I wasn't touching anything, and I don't know why it thought I signed out. Gremlins.
Do y'all want to talk about the brick thing?
Sure.
Commish, tell it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we got tagged into something like this, which it really feels like the owner is kind of waging war on the fans right now of the Pirates. And I know the Pirates lease is through 2030 at the stadium. So, but it just seems like he's just really trying to anger the Pirates fans as much as possible here. So it is something called the Bucko bricks. They were removed from PNC Park, were found and dumped at a recycling facility, angering fans. So basically, they have literally removed people's memorials to their deceased family members. And this is like after they put an ad over where the Roberto Clemente sticker was. So it really feels like they are. I don't know, man. They're kind of.
Are
For
they going to
reference,
move the team?
these bricks cost $75 for a 4x8 or
Yeah.
$150 for an 8x8.
And they just tossed them.
Yep. Did not tell anybody. Now, the Pittsburgh Zoo did a big reno project, and they had a similar like brick walkway you could buy a brick. And what they did is when they pulled them up carefully, and they gave people a chance if they wanted to come get their bricks.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could just toss them in the dump.
Yep.
Bob Nutting is another type of guy who I would ask not to be weird and bad, but not in the way that I'm normally asking men to not be weird and bad. This is more of a don't be evil situation. And yet he finds new depths to sink to as in terms of like evilness as the owner of a baseball team. Like, why are you doing all of this comic book villain shit? People would like you so much more. Well, A, actually spend money on this baseball team. And B, don't do comic book villain shit, and people would not be taking out like flying airplane banner ads on opening day asking you to sell the team. Also, sell Wiggle Whiskey so I can like enjoy their products again. Okay, thanks, bye. You suck.
This is the kind of thing that teams do when they want to leave a city. Like, this is scorched earth territory.
Yeah, the Pirates have said now that it's like, oh, we're going to build another memorial somewhere else. But they didn't tell anybody that they were doing this.
Sure, because it was
So
always
it's-
real the whole time.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's definitely something you say after you've been called out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they had something else planned, they would have announced it when the people noticed that the bricks were missing in the first place.
Bob Nutting is beginning to prove my theory that like West Virginia apparently can produce only two types of people who are cartoonishly evil and people who are my relatives. So if you are from West Virginia and you are not cartoonishly evil, hello, cousin.
I mean, that's probably not untrue.
This is just kind of the Pirates have a fantastic rookie pitcher last year, Paul Skeens, LSU Air Force. LSU won a title with LSU, and they didn't do anything in the offseason at all to like.
Why would they?
I mean, they didn't do anything. Didn't sign any free agents. Nothing. Nobody more than a 1-year deal. So it's just like it does feel like we're really living in the movie Major League, which like they got an owner and probably gonna want to sell the team and move the team. So I don't. All the stuff that they're doing now, it feels like this is what they're trying to do, or it's just like, hey, I'm the owner. You shouldn't be mad at me because I'm the owner, and he's just being vindictive owner guy, which I can see that because a lot of folks that own things are being vindictive jerks at this time in society. So it's just kind of.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
surely someone who has their money from a rural newspaper empire in Appalachia would have good opinions and takes.
I am just now envisioning Bob Nutting figuring out a tariff scheme for baseball teams because he would if he could.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just want to say for the record, I tried my own scheme this past Saturday.
Okay.
I was hoping for the game to get rained out so I could go in, eat the ballpark food, and then get refunded for my ticket. But the weather didn't cooperate. They played all 9 innings. So, we'll probably not try again in the near future, but at some point, if I get the urge to go back, hopefully we'll have a game where I can pull that scheme.
Hey, the Pirates record is the same one as the date. 4-8.
4-8. Okay. Did you see that there was a minor league game in Buffalo that got colded out?
Yes, the snow.
So they had like sub-freezing wind temps.
Yeah.
Which I guess baseball you can't do that.
Sub-zero or sub-freezing?
Sub-freezing.
Look, I just want to say this: Punxsutawney Phil was right this year, at least.
Wait, did he announce 6 more weeks of winter? I can't remember.
He did.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
What did
Y'all hating on
Subway Joe
it has been more than 6 weeks since Groundhog Day, though.
Doesn't matter. He's still right.
Listen, on this March 75th, I see no problems with the weather prognostication varmint.
More baseball news. Guys, we're so fucking full of baseball tonight.
Oh my God. We're moving in here.
Everybody loves to baseball.
We do. Go Pirates.
From NBC News, Yeshiva University baseball has lost 99 straight games.
Ooh.
Lehman College has lost 42 consecutive contests. Today, they played each other.
And?
The stoppable force meets the movable object.
Also, obnoxiously, Pitt Dad texted me about this like maybe 20 minutes into us recording. And I got to be like, it's already in the show notes, but thank you.
Here's the funny thing. They played a doubleheader today.
Oh.
And the funniest outcome happened.
Tie?
They split it.
They split
Perfectly
the doubleheader.
balanced, as all things should be.
So they both ended their streaks.
1 in a row.
One in a row.
Well, only for one of them. No.
Well, and it was 1 in a row for the one that lost, too. Yes. They got 1.
True.
The first game was won by Lehman College. The second game was won by Yeshiva. So they both canceled their streaks today, which is beautiful, man. Like, that is the most perfect. Hell yeah.
So Yeshiva hit 100 and then reset it to 1?
They hit 100.
Perfect.
I was confused. I didn't know it was a doubleheader because I saw on John Boy that they pushed through Yeshiva hits 100 losses and then Yeshiva breaks the streak. And I was very fucking confused.
Yeah, the doubleheader.
It was beautiful, man.
The Yeshiva University Maccabees.
I mean, that's extremely fitting.
Yep.
I'm glad that you were also looking that up.
Yes, the Maccabees.
It had to be something good, right?
I was hoping for the golems, I'm not going to lie, but the Maccabees.
Oh, that would be such a good mascot.
What was the other team they played?
Lehman
College. Lehman.
Lehman College, okay. Okay, so Lehman College is in the Bronx.
It's a city university of New York.
Mhm.
Okay, but like, what league is this? Is this like, is Division III baseball?
Yes.
Lehman's Division III.
So is Yeshiva.
I really, I
Yeah,
love
the
that
Lehman College Lightning, as you might guess from their lightning logo.
it says the lightning bugs.
Ooh.
That's for the
Um,
ladies. Hello,
love-
ladies. You're the
I
lightning
love-
bugs.
I actually
love-
don't hate that. That's kind of cute.
That's good. It's good. I love that the name of their conference, the Lightning Bugs, are a member of the City University of New York Athletic Conference, which is the Cognac.
Ooh. How delightful.
The Cognac.
Well, the Yeshiva is part of a conference called the Skyline Conference.
And this is D3, right?
Yes, this is D3.
Okay, so Yeshiva's not like NAI and one's D3.
No.
Okay.
No, they're just both very bad at D3.
Whomst among us?
We had people in our mentions today arguing about, I say people, I had a person,
Okay.
arguing that NYU basketball should be D1 because they've won back-to-back championships. Women's basketball.
It's not soccer. I mean, like, maybe we should do the promotion and relegation thing, but like, it's okay. You can leave NYU alone.
It's just they're like, it's not fair. They have this is for small schools. You should have to have an endowment of a certain level. And I was like, man, you were yelling about NYU women's basketball on Instagram.
Also, this kind of thing is how we end up with Aliquippa getting stuck playing the really big schools in
Mhm.
football in high school in Pennsylvania. Like, just don't. Just leave the schools alone. It's fine, really.
Also,
I
like,
promise.
Tell me you don't understand D3 without telling me you don't understand D3. D3 is the Wild West. Just embrace it.
I mean, I don't know. It's almost like the people on Instagram can't read.
Oh no.
So this wasn't even an NYU fan saying like we
No.
should go up. Because
No,
we
it was
got
someone
in.
arguing against
It was somebody saying I'm tired of losing to these people, so they should
I don't
get-
think they actually
take them
even had
away
a horse
from
in the
me.
race. I
No.
think they actually didn't even have a horse in the race. They just
I know a fact. I need an opinion to go along with it.
Mhm. Isn't just like it not just like cool. The NYU Violets play in D3. Didn't know that. When I put out the NCAA champions for winter, I have MIT on there twice, and someone goes, "Is that like the MIT?"
The MIT University.
As opposed to all the other ones.
Michigan Tech.
I guess they are technically the Michigan Institute of Technology. Yeah.
I really hope so. I'm gonna double check that right now.
Man, I can't think of a mystical creature that has the initials MIT.
Damn it, they're not. They're Michigan. They're Michigan Technological University, MTU.
Ah!
Oh, god damn it. I was
You
hoping.
got close with like a Minotaur, but not necessarily.
I had an MTO today.
Oh.
Not made of
No.
Minotaur, famously.
That's
I don't know.
Missouri S&T. Is there a Mississippi Tech?
No.
Labyrinth School of Mines Minotaurs.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, very good.
Thank you. I've read a lot of Percy Jackson books to be able to make these jokes.
Kevin, you are here tonight to bring word from the Open Cup. Because every podcast is someone's first, can you do a quick explainer of what the Open Cup is for us?
Sure. Commish covered a little bit of it on Sunday. It is as the name indicates, an open entry soccer tournament. It's the oldest soccer tournament in the U.S. This year is the 110th edition. It's featuring 64 pro teams and then 32 amateur teams from across the country that have qualified through various local tournaments throughout the year. It started in mid-March, and then we had the second round last week. So we had 5 amateur teams that made it from that. The first round featured all of the amateur teams as well as half of the pro teams played each other, cut down to 32 teams. 5 of those were amateur teams that advanced into the second round, where those 32 teams again played each other to get down to 16 that go into the third round, that will be played in just over a week. And yeah, as Commish mentioned on Sunday, only one amateur side made it out of the second round. That is the Burrito Boys of El Farolito.
Yeah.
And they won $50,000 for that.
Hey!
Hell yeah.
Hey.
The prize pools in the cup are roughly doubled this year. So there are 3 professional tiers of U.S. soccer that they call Division 1, 2, and 3 for the purposes of this cup. So the highest amateur finishing team, the highest Division 2 team, and the highest Division 3 team all will win $50,000. And then the overall winner of the tournament takes home $600,000. So like $50,000 for both an amateur team and for these lower tier professional teams is a lot of money. Like this is a really big deal.
Yeah.
600,000 for an MLS team, not so much, but frequently other teams do win this. We'll get into why. But you know, that can certainly make a big difference in somebody's year as well. MLS teams are mostly back in the tournament this year. They tried to withdraw last year because they made their own little tournament thing
Because they scared. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they made a separate tournament that they could then sell broadcast rights to and not have to share the money with all these little teams. But U.S. Soccer governing body basically said, no, you cannot do that. So there are, I believe...
Did they get rid of the other tournament? Or is it
No,
still
the other tournament still exists.
Okay.
There are 8 MLS teams that are playing in that tournament, and they are allowed to enter their second teams in the Open Cup. All the other teams have
what is that one called? Is that like
it is called the CONCACAF Champions Cup.
Okay.
So, and that is something that is qualified for, you know, by doing well in the MLS season or winning the postseason tournament.
There's another one too.
on.
It's not the Champions Cup that was the one they invented. It was the
well,
US
there's the
Mexico
Champions
Challenge.
Cup and there's CONCACAF Champions Cup and CONCACAF Champions League.
No, they're the same thing now.
They've been around forever.
No, the Champions League is now Champions Cup.
Oh, okay. There was I'm mixing up my tournaments then.
You're fine. You're fine.
Name of the one that they tried to start last year, and I don't know if it still exists. But yes, the CONCACAF Champions teams are the ones that are exempted. So
it's the League's Cup.
That's it. Yes,
that's what it was.
Yep, and that's still happening.
Okay, but playing in that does not exempt you from playing in this as an MLS team. Thankfully.
Well, you know us, Kevin. We don't want to know about the MLS teams anyways. That's not nearly as interesting as all the other stuff.
So yeah, Commish kind of covered the 2 biggest stories from the second round on Sunday. There was El Farolito winning their money for the second straight year, and then the flag fight in Chattanooga.
Yes.
Which did an excellent job.
Off the internet.
They're trying to take it off the internet.
That's been taken down, unfortunately.
How dare they?
A few other noteworthy results from that round. Des Moines Menace, which is an amateur team founded by former MLS pro and U.S. men's national team player SASQUATCH, made a deep run last year. And this year, he brought in a bunch of his friends and other former MLS players and other former U.S. national team players. Benny Feilhaber, Bradley Wright Phillips, big retired names in MLS, trying to make another deep run. And they got knocked out in the second round, 2-1 by Union Omaha. Which is
why Des Moines?
I do not know that. I have not been able to figure out exactly why.
That's such a weird pull. They do have an extremely 90s logo, though. I will drop it in the chat.
Yes. Oh, it's very, very old school U.S. soccer, not just in the players, but in the crazy name, in the logos, everything. I enjoy that they exist. I also enjoy that despite them being nominally an amateur team in this, the super team of former All Pros has been knocked out of the tournament. Then our remaining amateur teams, Virginia Dream FC lost 4-2 to Loudoun United. The New York Pancyprian Freedoms, who were, yeah, you heard me correctly. The Pancyprian Freedoms.
Oh, you have my attention.
Yes. The origins are where you would expect them to be with that name. They actually won the cup 3 times in the 90s. They lost.
Geopolitical soccer teams.
There are a lot of those in here. There's a team that I found in researching for this that was not in this year's tournament called the United German Hungarians that won the cup at some point in the past. And then our final amateur exit from this round was Foro SC that lost to the South Georgia Tormenta 3-2. Then we had the flag fight. The only professional soccer team in the state of Maine has advanced to the third round. The Portland Hearts of Pine, which is another excellent name.
Hearts on fire, strong desire. They only had did they come back with 10 men too?
I know they won in PKs. I don't remember.
Didn't they? I thought Portland Hearts of Fire. I mean Hearts of Pine, sorry, not Hearts on Fire. Rages deep within. Yeah, they did. They had a red card in the 96th minute.
Yes.
Uh-oh. I lost my window again. Nope, found it back. We're good.
I'm not asking because I don't want to know. I'm protecting my peace.
It would just cause you mental damage, and I'm not here to do that. I'm here to help.
You are here to cause psychic damage to the listeners, not me.
That's okay. Everyone can mute, and Jordan can give us the
So, yeah, that's crazy. So the Portland Hearts of Pine got a red card at the 96th minute. Hartford Athletic took the lead in the 107th minute. But then Hearts of Pine tied it in the 116th minute and then won it on penalties. Which, again.
Hey, do you wanna drop in a little Arsenal chat? You happy enough today?
I mean, it's basically it's a performance that you probably would never forget, which is incredible. But I mean, my mind just goes hey, we got a 3-0 lead going to Madrid a week from now. So it's just I'm happy that they're up 3-0, but I'm like Kobe Bryant right now. Job's not done. Job's not finished. Why am I happy? This is Real Madrid. You can't. Things can happen on the road in Madrid at the Bernabeu. I'm happy. Up 3-0. I'm gotta see it out. Job's not done. Let's go.
The way, as someone who has no idea what's going on in the European soccer world, the way you said things can happen on the road at Madrid, I just heard that is the voice of an Alabama fan who knows that spooky shit happens in Jordan-Hare. That's what I'm hearing here.
I mean, it happened to Man City. It's happened.
Not an inaccurate thing.
Job's not finished. It's not over. I just I'm happy to be up 3-0 and see two amazing free kicks from Declan Rice that phenomenal. But it's still the Champions League. It's not over. It's just the first leg. Job's not finished.
The first one was good. The second one was even better.
Yes, they were both it was all phenomenal. And then Mikel Merino, because Arsenal doesn't have any strikers, the midfielder playing striker gets another one. So that's it's dreamland, but dreams can become nightmares in the Bernabeu at any time. So I'm happy, but it's again, job's not finished.
Okay, what else do you have for us, Kevin?
A few more just quick results. Another favorite name of mine, El Paso Locomotive, has advanced to the third round.
Hell yeah.
They're in the same. They're in the same division as San Antonio FC.
Yes.
And for some odd reason, anytime that I go to the San Antonio FC games, they're playing El Paso. And oh boy, those two teams do not like each other. It is some heated rivalry, even though they're separated by like 9 hours of nothingness. But yeah, it's that's a good one there. It's always a nice, feisty, testy match. It's almost like there will be a red card in that one, which is a lot of fun. But El Paso Locomotive, they have fantastic support too. They support their team very, very well.
And my final one, my team in the tournament, Forward Madison, up the Mingos. We couldn't pull it off. Lost 3-1 to FC Tulsa. There's no reason that a guy who's never lived within 300 miles of Madison should be a fan of them. But if you are aware of them, they have a phenomenal social media presence. They have wonderful uniforms. I am wearing one of their shirts tonight.
That's very good.
They have a habit on social media of measuring snowfall in units of plastic yard flamingos.
Yeah.
You never go flamingo.
Never go flamingo.
It's a fabulous follow. They're a lot of fun. Couldn't pull it off this time, but really physical game. Had 7 yellow cards in it, but yeah, get them next year.
So did we have we ventured to Ocean Avenue? Is that what happens when you have 7 yellow cards?
The other one I see that's interesting is that Miami FC beat Inter Miami CF 1-0. Miami FC was the club, NASL club founded in 2016. They play at Pitt Bull Stadium.
Dale.
And then Inter Miami FC plays at Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, which is also not Miami.
Close enough, right?
Yeah.
There's so much stuff that's called Miami that's not Miami, which is it's incredible. It's like it's almost like a brand down there. Hey man, we're Miami adjacent, but we're just gonna call ourselves Miami.
It's like everything south of Stewart is Miami.
It seems that way.
Yeah, there's definitely a line you could draw across let's say across at an angle, and you could get everything that's called Miami and exclude the Keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Keys don't count.
I feel like we just say South Florida, and if it weren't for that one university, it would be crystal clear.
I'd say Tampa is South Florida in that case.
I will remind USF people that, unlike them, some of us can read maps.
Oh. But we were the southernmost city at the time.
I don't care.
Why do they have genteel Southern accents? My lord.
My lord.
Imagining Tampons with like
What's
the
a
Savannah
Tampa accent
accent.
sound like?
What's a Tampa accent sound like? Do they all sound like pirates from Gasparilla?
Yar.
Yeah.
I do declare.
Yar, I do declare.
By the way, the demonym for people from Tampa is either Tampon or Tamponian.
I have heard Tampanian.
I've caught the vapors.
Also Tampeño, if you were going the other way. Okay, folks. This is a short one. That's all we got for tonight.
Hang on. Can we send them out with one
This
last
flowers
thing?
will too.
I wanna send them out with a new culinary concept.
Okay.
That was debuted on TNT's NBA broadcast tonight of the Knicks and Celtics.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I got it.
Okay, you got it, because I could pull it up right now. I have it pulled up. I just need to share screen.
That's right.
I haven't pulled it. Okay.
I am in suspense. I do not know what is coming.
Oh, this is good.
This is very good.
Tonight from Madison Square Garden, the NBA on TNT is brought to you by the new crispy tenders at CarMax. The way car buying should be. Can that be? What is that? Wait a minute. Hold on.
I'm holding.
Hold on. Are they serving tenders with cars? Are there tenders in the car?
Because if there is, you're in.
We just had the marriage of two different sponsors, and it was ugly.
I think this is beautiful.